Hi and welcome back to my playthrough of Arkham Horror, the second edition. Before I get started, a huge shout out to all of my patrons and channel members out there. You guys are awesome and amazing. Really appreciate your support. And I think before I get into the next round, it seems I have messed up this ceiling of the gates there, or so at least I've been told. If that's the case, unfortunately I cannot take it back, because too many things happened, especially in that area of the board. So I will not change it, and I think ultimately it didn't really change the overall outcome of things. So it's not the end of the world that this happened. So yeah, but okay. Sorry for that. It's me playing alone with 3 investigators on camera, talking way too much and thinking through my turns here, so that's on me. But yeah, bear with me. I will again try to typically correct as much as I can. In this case, it simply doesn't make sense. The only thing I believe I have forgotten at the end of the last round is to place a clue token next to the virulent disease here. When there are 3 clue tokens in here, and every investigator who doesn't have a doom token is pretty much reduced to 1 and 1 stamina and sanity, that is. And that's a problem, at least for, I would think, Bob Jenkins. Not so much for Sister Mary, she can live with that, because it's only 2 more rounds and these guys are still in another dimension, and I'm relatively certain they will not make it out there in time. But it is what it is. Also nothing I can change at this point in time, but I think apart from that we can move really into the next round. I think Michael should be the starting player or lead investigator this round. He's stuck here with a Migo. And yeah, the main problem is, let's say if he fights, so he's not moving this round, can he still make it to South Church then? Because that's, no, not South Church, the St. Mary's Hospital, of course. Can he make it there if he stays here for another round? And I think the answer is no, because here is our next problem. I mean, the Lang Spider in theory could move somewhere, but it could also move in our way. And yeah, we still have our, where is it actually? The Migo brain case. We could maybe switch places with another monster or so. Maybe with a Lang Spider this round. This could be an idea, and then he could be able to make it to St. Mary's Hospital from here. 1, 2. Problem is, here's also another, the High Priest. So, this rumor is really nasty, and that's I really don't like those at all. But the same for Eldritch Horror. They're really horrible. Okay, there's a lot to consider. On the other hand, we could change with the High Priest. That's a valid point, actually. That's a very, very valid point. And then we could... Oh, that's good. And he's starting player. Talking and talking here. And the answer is so obvious in this case. Yeah, cool. I like that. So let's think about if we want to change something here. And I guess the answer might be no. Maybe this one step, because we only need 2 speed, and then increasing his sneak value, just in case something comes up, he could still make it there. Yeah, I think that's good. Over to Bob Jenkins. Because of his increased lore, I'm thinking about reducing this down to a 2, basically giving him a little bit more luck. On the other hand, I could also unexhaust the Brazier of Souls, but let's hope we are not going to fight this round. Yeah, I like that better. And for Sister Mary, I think we are also not going to change anything. We could increase the fight, because again, she has the +1 will, which would be 1 die. And maybe that's what we should do. Yeah, let's do that. We are increasing our fight here. Yes. Okay, and of course, I forgot to roll for the blessing here. Shame on me. Again, I don't want to lose it. And that's a 4. I take it. Nice die. Okay, now we are moving. And this card has unexhausted, refreshed. Yes. So we are exhausting it again. We are spending all our movement point to change places with this monster here, the High Priest in Arkham, which means we are next to Uptown. So there is a good chance that we will make it here to St. Mary's Hospital, at least for one of our investigators. So this could be extremely important. important. And now we can also have a look at the estate sale and the movement. Draw 2 unique items and purchase 1 for list price. Yeah, but with only $1, I don't think that this is gonna happen, and I think there's really nothing worth $1 there. Let's not do that. Let's simply not do that. And that's the movement there for the two folks in another dimension. It's rather simple. They will move to the second step here. Yeah, they will not make it. That's really a problem. And then I think we can directly move into the otherworld encounter step, because he's here in the street space, so nothing to happen there. So we can, I think, draw the first encounter for Bob Jenkins, that is. So let me see, and that's a green one in the end. Okay, that's Plateau of Ling, Seriano, other. Oh, yeah, nice. Wedged beneath a fallen stone is a scroll. Draw 1 spell. So let's do that. And here we have the Plague of Locusts. Cast modifier to sanity of 1. During our movement, this spell affects all investigators and monsters in this neighborhood. Oh, cool. Investigators lose 1 stamina and monsters' toughness is reduced by 1. Monsters with 0 toughness are returned to the cup. Okay, that can be relatively nice, actually, but not so much for Bob Jenkins. And honestly, I don't know if you are allowed to trade in another world. I don't think so, actually. And yes, I think they can, actually. When you are in the same area, I think in the same otherworld area, you can trade. An investigator in the same street area, otherworld area or location as another investigator may trade money. This may be done before, during, or after movement, but not during combat. I think this is part of the movement step. I think we cannot do that in the encounter phase. But yeah, I think we will still have 1 more movement phase. Okay, they can trade that spell. Nice. Let's not forget about this. And then we have the next encounter for Sister Mary. Red is allowed. Yeah. Plateau of Lang, the Dreamlands, other. Okay. It was a diabolical trap. You suddenly realize now that you're inside it. Make a law -1 check or you are delayed. Okay, in this case, I simply peeked because I could not prevent that. A law -1 should be 3 dice for her. And I think I don't want to be delayed. And okay, I know what's happening. Yeah, let's spend 1 clue now. We want to close a gate. No, let's have her delayed. It is what it is. No, let's not spend that clue. Let's not do that. Okay, that's a bummer, but I guess also not the end of the world. At least I hope. So these were all the encounters. Yeah, there was nothing in Arkham and 2 okay ones in another dimension here. So let's draw our next Mythos card. And again, it's the graveyard. And here... I'm not sure if it should have been closed or not, but again, I will not repair this. So this gate is now sealed, so no monster appears, no doom appears, so that's really important. The unvisited isle, yeah, there is a monster and a gate, so we are not spawning a clue. That's definitely a bummer. And then we do have some monster movements. The pluses, which is the High Priest, will definitely move, and they are moving along the white line. No, that's the black line. Over here to north side. So this was the High Priest. So pluses and crescent moons. Oh, here's a crescent moon. They're moving out to south side, which is okay, I guess. This is a circle, doesn't move. This plus, this is a stationary monster. How many monsters do we have now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, this makes sense. These are all there. Yeah, these were all the monster movements. Let's check out our headline. Family found butchered. The terror level increases by 1 in light of this tragic news. Okay, we can now decide if we want to have that or not. I think this first monster terror level increase is not the end of the world. So I guess I will simply suck it up. Right, I mean, we are simply moving to terror level 2. That's really not the end of the world. This didn't change. So no, I will simply suck it up. I have increased the terror level to 2. No need to show that to you, just believe me. And that was our Mythos card. Nothing too bad in this case. Let's move into the next round. The lead investigator goes back to Bob Jenkins, and he will move out the gate this round, so he wants to seal something, and again he will do that with Laura. So yeah, let's do that. So we are not able to use the Brazier of Souls. That's kind of a bummer. Yeah, that's that. And again, I forgot to place a clue token next to our rumor here. Yep, at the end of every turn. Oh, that's really a bummer. So I think both of them, Sister Mary and Bob Jenkins, will be affected by this, and not in a beautiful way. Sister Mary is delayed, and I think we are not going to change any of those this round. I'm rather happy with her. The only thing I really shouldn't forget is to trade, because again they're in the same zone of another world, or another dimension in this case, so this should work. Yeah, and last but not least, we have Michael. I think he's not going to... He's moving one step to St. Mary's Hospital. Lauren Luck is okay, I would think. Speed is something we just changed. Do we want to move further? That's the question. No, I think that this is okay. Let's leave it at that. Or no, I think it is okay. I think it is okay. So we're not going to change that, but this time I will immediately try to not forget the blessing roll, and that's a 5. I take it, and that's the upkeep phase. Over to Bob Jenkins for his movement. He will trade the Plague of Locusts. He will give that to Sister Mary. She is our wizard or so. I mean, he's also not bad with his lore. Or maybe we should stick to it actually. Because of his +1 lore, he could. But yeah, his sanity is a problem. No, let's give it to her. Let's leave it at that. And then, yeah, he's simply moving out of the another dimension. And I guess we are making him here for now. So let me see if I can find one of those exploration markers. That's that. There's no monster here anyway, but still. Yeah, Sister Mary doesn't move. She simply stands up. And Bob Jenkins is simply moving and ending his turn in St. Mary's Hospital, which in theory gives him a doom marker, whatever they chose to give him a doom marker for that, but then he can basically give it back at the end of this round when the Mythos, the rumor triggers. Then at least he's getting spared by the ill effect there. And that's the movement actually, yeah. Let's do the encounters in Arkham. Again, we start with Bob. He will try to close and then seal this gate here at Independence Square. So he's rolling 3 + 1, 4 dice in total, so there's no ill modifier here. And when he's spending clues, he gets an extra die for that. But yeah, I think 3 6s pretty diabolical, but in this case, I will totally take it. Amazing. So he gets another trophy, a gate trophy here, and we can seal another location. So 3 out of 6. So we are halfway through winning this game. Amazing. Of course, we still have to spend the 5 clues for that, and he didn't have to even spend the remaining clue for that. But now we are pretty much down. That's a problem, and I have no clue. Yeah, I have some ideas how to get more clues, but that's not easy. But yeah, I take it. Awesome. Then it's Michael here at St. Mary's Hospital. In theory, he could now simply regain 1 stamina for free, and he lost 1. Or he could have an encounter there. And the encounter, when I look at this, could be clue and also health. On the other hand, you have to roll for stuff. But as I'm simply curious, and we didn't really see a lot of events or encounters this video so far, let's have him have an encounter at St. Mary's Hospital. So let's see what we get at St. Mary's Hospital. You stumble upon an autopsy room and see something on the table that looks like a man, but with the head of an alligator. See you later. Pass a lore +1 check to gain 1. Okay, and oof. And then pass a will check or lose 1 sanity. So okay, the lore is at least a +1, which allows him to roll 2 dice. Yeah, that was a great choice to draw that encounter card, but let's see. We are blessed. That's good enough. So we gain 1 clue. I mean, that was the idea all along. I take these up to 3. That's good. But then we have to make a will -1 check. and his will is currently a 3, so -1, that's 2, also 2 dice. Another blessed die. Yeah, being blessed really helps in this game, and we are not losing any sanity. Nicely done. And then we are moving to the other world encounter phase with Sister Mary, still stuck in another dimension. I think she was delayed there twice, so that's really bad. And here we have the other effect. The mad scientist cackles as he pulls down on the lever on his machine. Pass a speed +1 check. Speed is, okay, that's 4 dice for her, but of course she's no longer blessed. And yeah, these are 2 successes. Nice. To reach the giant gem that powers it in time and gain $4. If you fail, draw a gate card, move to the other one. A funny one. Yeah, okay, so we gain $4. Nice. Bringing her to $7 in total. I think that's not bad. That's really not bad. And you remember, or you may remember, I kept $3 to have her move to the Arkham Asylum. I think I even more or less ignored the opportunity to buy a spell for $3 because I wanted to keep that money, but in the meantime I didn't go anywhere, so I really should have bought that spell back then, but okay. It is what it is, and I think we are moving into the Mythos phase, so nasty things could happen, and here we have Things of Darkness, which is another environment. So the yard sale is over, or the estate sale in this case. We are opening another gate up here. That's definitely a bummer. To Arlia again, we are placing 1 Doom token on the scenario sheet, which is now at 10. And of course we have to bring down a monster, or bring out a monster there. And here we have, what is it? A Wraith. Also a flying monster with a ton of ability. I have to check what undead means. Physical immunity is clear, nightmarish overwhelming is clear. Oof, that's a nasty one. And yeah, we have to remove one of those here. Then we have a clue appearing at the graveyard. That's at least something, because we can have clues there. Then we have monster movement, and I think, no, it's a crescent moon. It doesn't move. Only the circular, the gems, and the rectangular monster moves. So this means that this moves, I think it only moves to the street space, so it's moving back to the sky. Then, no, that's a dash, that's a plus, doesn't move. No, I think that's it in respect to movement. Ghouls, formless spawns, shoggoths, and flying polyps have their toughness increased by 1. So a very random kind of event actually, but I think we don't have any of those out, at least at this point in time. It's an ongoing environmental effect. We are getting rid of our yard sale here, which also means the activity marker goes away. And I simply have to remember that. Count on it that I will forget that. So that's, in theory, the end of the Mythos phase. We would now place our 3rd clue token to the rumor here. So this is kicking in. When the 3rd clue is placed on this card, return this card to the box and discard the Doom tokens from the investigator sheets. All investigators who discard Doom tokens are unaffected by the disease. Investigators who do not discard Doom tokens are reduced to 1 stamina and 1 sanity due to the disease's ferocity. That's nasty. So at least Michael McGlenn is spared, so we can basically give this token back to the supply. He's losing 1 sanity and 4 stamina, so that's massive. Truly massive. Whereas Sister Mary only quote-unquote loses 2 sanity, but still hurts like crazy. So we can get rid of this one. And I think there was also a comment which says, I think it's the Migo. When you defeat it, it actually doesn't go back to the cup, it goes to the box, out of the game. So I have drawn another Migo in between. Maybe it shouldn't be there, but also something I'm not going to take back, or it's really tough to take back for me. But yeah, that's the end of the round. I think let's do one more. Why not? Things are really looking grim now. We have some very tough monsters out here on the board, and they're blocking our spaces. That's the main problem in this case. I think the lead investigator moves down to Sister Mary, who is still stuck in another dimension. And again, we have to see what I think we're going for the lore check to close that gate. We will not be able to seal that, though. That's simply a fact. So we could, no, I think I'll leave this one here. Maybe sneak or speed. Maybe, do we want to increase the speed at least once for the next round to come or so. I don't know. Or does she want to rather sneak, actually? There are no monsters on the way. No, I think we can at least try that. So let's increase that. As for Michael, he needs 3 movement. I think the idea is to move him to the science building because he gets 1 clue there, and then he doesn't have gate trophies. That's a problem. Okay, does he want to move there? Or should we do monster control? There's still a cultist waiting for us, and this would give us another clue. On the other hand, he could also start closing. This is really bad. These missing, if you would have a gate trophy. This gives you clues in the science building. I think we want to fight the cultist. I think we need room. I think so. Do we want to change? I mean, the cultist doesn't do anything here. Let's simply fight is okay. No. Let's increase the speed by 1. Just to have it for the next round or so. Then, yeah, again, I will not forget. We are rolling the blessing die, and that's a 5. Awesome, I keep that. And last but not least, for the upkeep phase, that is, we have Bob Jenkins. What's his plan? 1, 2, 3. He could make it or try to make it to the graveyard, getting some, but then we are missing out on this one. On the other hand, he could try to defeat the High Priest. 1, 2. Again, monster control is important. Yeah, let's refresh the Brazier of Souls again. This will spend all our focus points this round, but I keep it, and I think we can discard this exploration mark, but we may need it for Sister Mary in a second. And yeah, that's that, because we are now coming to the movement phase. Sister Mary is finally coming out of another dimension, so we have to place her here. So we have our exploration marker there. She can try to close it, but unfortunately she cannot seal the location. This would have been the 4th gate. That's not bad. Getting to 4 after these many years, I'm already quite happy with closing and sealing 3 gates, actually. But that's already the end of her movement phase. Then it's Michael, and here it's rather simple. 1, 2 spaces here to the cultist. I do know we don't have a horror check there, and he's pretty much rolling 100 dice or so. I simply roll 5 now, and if there is, yeah, there are 2 successes there, so this monster is no more. It's 1 toughness, still not quite enough. We need 2 more, so that's the problem when dealing with this, let's say, low folk there, low lives. But yeah, this is end of his movement. And last but not least, we have Bob Jenkins, and I just checked this High Priest here, and I'm happy I did, because this fella here says magical immunity, and of course his Brazier of Souls is a magical weapon, and it's immune, so we are not getting anything from that. And toughness, what was the toughness? 2, and yeah, -2. So I guess we are not going to fight that High Priest this round. So my whole plan just vanished into thin air, and I don't have the movement to make it 1, 2, 3 to the graveyard. Is there something else? He could go to the Arkham Asylum now, just to at least something to I think that's what he should do. He should rest. Getting some sanity back. Stamina would be more important, but I take it either way. He's around, so let's do that. So he's moving 1, 2 spaces into the Arkham Asylum. And I think these were all the movements in Arkham. And then, yeah, it's over to Sister Mary. As her encounter, she's trying to close that gate with Lore, which in her case is 4 dice. Okay, let's see about that. And wow, another rather epic roll. I take it. And I think, okay, one thing I did forget actually. When we closed that gate for him, we should have also removed, but we didn't have any rectangular monsters as far as I know. No, same thing. So same thing here. So we are closing that gate. We are not sealing it though. That's a problem. It's still a trophy which she could use sooner or later, but at least the gate is closed. And you can also win this game when there are no more open gates on the board. The problem is there are still 4 more to go. So I think I never really seen it coming close, actually. You could be really absolutely lucky that whatever you seal 2 gates and the only gates that come up are than at these sealed locations, for example, and then you could really try to, but I have never seen that. But that's okay. We still don't have any rectangular monsters out, unfortunately. Nope. So that was her encounter at the Black Cave. Yeah. Michael doesn't have an encounter at the street spaces, so we move over to him and he can spend $2 now to heal the sanity to the maximum value. And I think, yeah, let's totally do that, bringing him back to 4 sanity. That's a good starting point. Now let's see how we can get the stamina back. Nice. And yeah, these were all the encounters. Also a rather quick round so far, but let's see what fate has in stock for us. And yeah, we are dealing with another monster surge now. Because yeah, we have to spawn a gate at the woods, and there is already one. And I think we have, yeah, still more gates than we have investigators, so we will spawn 4 monsters. Yeah, I think majority of those will go to the outskirts actually. We can actually have 1 active monster in Arkham, and I think I will spawn it there at the woods, and that's a star spawn. Also a rather tough one, but okay, it's beatable. That was our last cube, and the remaining 3 will simply go to the outskirts. And our limit there is 5 in a 3-player game. So these are 2. We have a crawling one, a warlock, and 1 more. And that's a goat spawn, a red one. I think red are those speedy ones who move 2 spaces. Okay, this was only the gate. We will spawn a clue. Okay, that's at least something here at the Historical Society. We can even leave it here. As for the monster movement, we have the pluses. Pluses move on plaque down there. And yeah, we have the crescent moon, so there's nothing connected, so this will simply move to the sky. What was this here? It's also a plus. Oh, okay, the plus will also move here to uptown. Oof, okay, monsters are now getting problematic. So do we have, yeah, we have a plus gate here in Allier. So if we would have closed that, we would have removed at least a lot of monsters. And the same is true here, actually. Let's deal with the slum murders continue. An old basement is open, releasing 2 monsters into the East Town streets. I think in this case they also go to the outskirts, because again our monster limit is a monster limit. So okay, the first, oh no, I think that's okay. We can have 5 monsters here. So the 5th monster will go there, and then a 6th monster will also go there, but this will then cause this one, all these guys in the outskirts, move back to the monster cup. And now we have to increase the monster limit, and I think that's the one piece exactly. For each monster you have to remove a for each terror level increase, you have to also discard an investigate an ally. What am I talking here? So this was the first one, Young Zook, and here we have an ally, William Bain. So these guys have left Arkham already. I should not forget that. I'm still not spending it. I think I will keep my, what was it, director's diary for this one here. When more nasty stuff will happen. I think the general store will simply close. Yeah, okay. But at least the outskirts are free now, so we are okay. And these were really 3 rather quick rounds, so I'm considering to keep going actually for another one. So let's do that. We are handing over the lead investigator to him. This should also replenish, and the idea, maybe we should move to the historic, because there's a clue. We need clues now like crazy. So the movement is fine, fight is fine, lore and luck is fine. We could still do that, swap places with another monster, so we could have him go to a gate, but there's no real cool gate out right now. That's the thing. And again, he wants to know. I think in this case, let's not do that. For Bob, I think let's increase our speed. I think we need 4 speed. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm thinking about going to the general store to equip ourselves. I want to use his shrewd dealer ability at least once. Yeah, let's do that. And again, I forgot to roll for the blessing. I will do that in a second for Mike. I don't know why I keep forgetting this. She's at a 4. Does she? 1, 2, 3, 4. She can make it to the Arkham Asylum with a 4. Is there anything else she wants to change? I think I will change this one here to give her some more will. Yeah, I like that. Cool. So let's quickly roll for his blessing, and that's a 4. I take it. I like that die for sure. Then it's movement. Michael will move in here. He will grab himself a clue. We need those. Over to Bob. And again, the idea is to move here to the general store. 1, 2, 3, and 4, because this clue is safe. Nothing can happen there. We can grab it later. And then, yeah, Sister Mary will simply move 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces to Arkham Asylum, so she can at least gain some sanity back, which she can then start casting spells and whatnot. And I think that could be key. Nice. Let's deal with the Arkham encounters, starting here with Michael at the Historical Society. A weary old man holds out a stack of paper and says, "It's a memoir of my travels along the Nile, but I doubt the world will last long enough for it to be published. If you wish to read it, remain here next turn and make a will +0 check. You may draw cards from the skill deck equal to your number of success and may keep one of those." So basically, if it says you will have to keep here, remain next turn, I think that's basically meaning we are being delayed. And I think let's do that. Our will is 3, so there is a slight chance at least. So let's roll that. We are still blessed, and that's not enough. Oh, so we are getting delayed and not getting out of this. And yeah, I'm not spending clues. He's at 4, and he can potentially get 1 to 5 and then close a gate. No, I think we are not going to do that. Pretty wasteful event there. I mean, he got a clue out of this, but apart from that, pretty much waste of time. Then it's Bob Jenkins at the general store. He draws 1 extra card because of his shrewd dealer. Okay, the axe seems to be a good start actually. +2 to combat checks or +3 if your other hunt is empty. Nice. The Derringer is +2, cannot be stolen unless you choose to allow it. That's nice, you cannot lose it. Yeah, there's some effects. The Elephant Gun, any phase, exhaust before making it to gain okay, we have to basically spend $2 for the ammunition. And last but not least, we have food. Yeah, stamina loss. I mean, the Elephant Gun is pretty nice because, yeah, it's a +8. That's simply major. We have the money, so we are spending the $7. It's all he has right now, but still I take it. But this gives us the Elephant Gun. Nice. For Sister Mary, things are pretty clear too. She's here. You may either regain 1 or pay $2. Yeah, let's spend the $2. She has that money, and this brings her back to 7 sanity. Now that's truly nice. That's something we can work with. Cool. But those were already all of our encounters. Wow, again, a rather quick round. And I really do hope I haven't messed things up, because I'm now doing 4 rounds in a single video. So there's plenty of room for me to whatever. Do a lot of goofs in the end. Dreams of a Sunken City. Independence Square is sealed. Amazing. We are not adding monsters and gates and no doom tokens. We are placing, yeah, we cannot place the clue here because the unnameable, there is a gate. Again, we are moving the pluses and the crescent moons, which are the plus moves on a white space over to that's a problem, the Miskatonic University. The Starspawn is pretty brutal actually. Then we have this plus, this moves back to north side, and we have a crescent moon monster, which is the Wraith, but there is no target, so it will stay at the sky. Yeah, that's that, I believe. Yes. Then we have another environmental effect, a mystic one, Dreams of a Sunken City. Investigators cannot gain sanity except by receiving psychiatric care at Arkham Asylum or from Caroline Fern. That's okay, because we just did that. And we can still do that at the Arkham Asylum. So I'm not happy, but I'm okay. So we are discarding this effect and yeah, placing out this one there. Could have been much worse actually. And that's basically the end of the round again, but now I will really stop at this point in time. I could imagine that with my next video, I think this is then the 7th part if I'm not mistaken, I would like to end it one way or the other. There are only 4 more Doom tokens left. Maybe it might be a lengthy episode, could be a short one. Let's wait and see. If another rumor comes out, things can be over relatively soon. But so far I'm okay. I have sealed 3 gates. I have closed 1 more. They have all plenty of trophies actually, so we should really try to use those as much as possible. Again, let me know what you think I should be doing. I need your help, folks. Really, wink wink. Paul, cat weasel here. Really need you at my side. And yeah, with that being said, hope to see you soon in one of my other videos. And until then, bye bye.